Like, and I've heard people say this before, and I heard them say it before I started my channel, and I thought, yeah, they're being dramatic. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today, I'm just gonna sit down and answer some of your questions. I haven't done a video like this yet, and I thought it'd be fun to just kind of let you guys get to know me and just do something fun and different on my channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just dive right into this. So most of these questions came from either Facebook or Instagram, and I'm just gonna answer as many as I can. So the first question is, where did I meet my husband and how long have we been together? Okay, so I met my husband, we've been married for 6 years and we have been together for about 8 years. We met in college at Evangel University and we met my sophomore year and his junior year. Coffee or tea? This is sweet tea. I'm a Southern girl at heart and drink iced tea in the morning. So good. But that's a really hard question because I drink both pretty religiously. But I think if I had to pick, because I do enjoy both iced and cold. Well, I enjoy coffee, iced coffee too. That's really hard, but I think I would pick tea. Am I planning on having more kids? Whew, that's a loaded question. So we've always said that we're just gonna take it one baby at a time, and that's what we've done so far. However, I've always wanted a big family, and my husband has too. I think we want a fourth baby, but not anytime soon. Our plan is kind of just to be on pause right now and reevaluate in like 2 to 3 years. So we'll see, but hopefully baby number 4 someday. Do I have a history or schooling in interior design? Your home is gorgeous. Well, first of all, thank you. That's so sweet. I do not have a history or schooling. I get asked this quite a bit if I do it professionally. I'm not licensed. I'm not a professional interior designer. So don't come for me. But my mom is the one who definitely inspires me or has inspired me when it comes to interior decorating. Growing up, we lived in a lot of live-in flips and other homes too. Ones we didn't live in, but so we would live in a house from anywhere from about 6 months to, I think the max was maybe like 2 years. And we'd buy like an older rundown home, well not rundown, but like an older home and completely fix it up. And my mom would do all of the interior decorating and she did an amazing job. Like those homes always sold so fast. Mom, if you're watching this, you're totally my inspiration and you're amazing at this. You're better than me. I go to my mom for advice, so. She's a lot better than me at it. But, what was I saying? Oh, so we'd live, and then we'd flip it. So growing up, I just watched the process a lot and I feel like it just kind of gave me an eye for decorating. So that's where I learned. How did you name your kids? So I have 3 kids. If you didn't know, I have Emma Grace, Grayson Andrew, and Graham Elliott. Now Emma's name, I have loved that name forever. For as long as I can remember, I have loved the name Emma. I did not care that it was popular. I wanted to name my baby girl Emma if I was having a girl. I will say I always liked it, but fell in love with it after watching Friends and learning that Ross and Rachel named their baby Emma. I feel like I just had to do it. It was the sign. I think I finished Friends for the first time, I think in like college maybe. I don't know when I finished it for the first time. I watch it pretty religiously now. If you know me, you know I love that show. But that's probably where I got that name. Grayson, when we were pregnant with him, that wasn't even in the top like 5 names. We loved the name Sawyer. We loved the name Ezra. We loved, Beckett. We loved a bunch of names. And we were pretty dead set on Ezra James or Ezra Blake. We were like leaning between those two. And I was like 36 weeks pregnant and I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like all stressed out about it. I was like, that's not his name. I just know it in my gut. That's not his name. And the name Grayson just kind of like popped into my head and I was like, I love that name. We're naming him Grayson. And my husband was out of town. I woke up that morning, I texted him, I said, his name is Grayson, you can pick the middle name. And I ran to Hobby Lobby and I bought letters for over his crib so that it was like set in stone. His name was Grayson. So that's kind of funny. His middle name is my husband's father's name. So it's a family name. And then Graham, I like alliteration, so I like that my boys are all G. But so my favorite movie growing up, like in high school, I think maybe even, I don't know if it came out when I was in middle school maybe, was The Holiday. And if you've seen the movie, then you know where I'm going with this, but my ultimate movie crush is Graham from The Holiday. Like, I'm not even that in love with Jude Law as like a person. I'm just in love with Graham, like Jude Law as Graham in The Holiday. So leave me a comment below if you know what the heck I'm talking about. But anyway, that's who I named Graham after. And Elliot, it just sounded good with Graham. So there wasn't really any rhyme or reason to that. How do you film with 3 small kids? It's hard. It's really hard. I feel torn in a million directions, but I try to be super intentional about spending quality time with them every single day. And then I'm also really intentional about trying really hard to film when they're at school and edit after bedtime. But for whatever reason, life isn't always perfect, and that's not always the case. And when I can't do either of those things, my husband really does step up. He has been amazing since I've started YouTube. Thank you, Caleb, if you're watching this. Yeah, I couldn't do it without him. He'll like take the kids out, you know, to the park, or he'll take them downstairs in the basement and they'll play while I film or whatever. Like, he has been super supportive in this. Would you ever want to build a house or fix up a house? Both. So I would absolutely love to build a house. I know the process can be really stressful. If you've ever built a house, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experience and your story. I'm sure it's hard, especially if you're an indecisive person. But I think it would be so cool to have your thumbprint on a home and just really customize it and build it the way you want. I think that would be amazing. I would love to buy like a really rundown house and fix it up and flip it. I think that would be so fun. I actually have dreams and plans of doing this like probably in the next 10 years. So hold me accountable. Where are my favorite places to shop for decor? So my favorite places obviously are like local boutiques, and like cool, just antique-y shops, but I just don't get to them as much as I would like. I love to thrift. I just need to be better at it. It's just hard. Like, it's so much more convenient to drive close by to the stores that I do enjoy going to, like Hobby Lobby or Kirkland's or Pier 1 or Home Goods or TJ Maxx. They're just closer to me, and it's just more convenient because I know I'm gonna find what I like. That answers your question. Those are the stores that I like to shop at. Where's my dream place to live? So I grew up in Southwest Florida, which was a total dream. Like, we used to joke in high school, we used to say, we live where you vacation, which sounds like so dumb now that I'm saying it as like a grown woman, but it's true. Like, I lived where people dream about going on vacation. Like, I grew up on an island. It was amazing. That was the ultimate dream. I could see myself living in Georgia for the rest of my life. I love Georgia. It's a dream come true for me. I know it's kind of a boring answer. You probably wanted me to say like New Zealand or something, but I don't really have the travel bug like a lot of people do. I am kind of a homebody, and I love just kind of being rooted and grounded where I am. Wood floor or tile? Wood. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Okay, so I'll be 32, Graham will be 5, almost 6, Grayson will be 7, and Emma will be 9. So really, I just see myself right here, right where I'm at, hopefully still doing YouTube. But really in those like golden years of growing up your kids and making memories and just being busy and active with them and just enjoying life with them. So hopefully that's where I'll be. Who was the first person to inspire you to start a YouTube channel? So I don't think there was really one person or one particular channel. I remember I was pregnant with Emma and Googling, or maybe putting in the YouTube search, like pregnancy updates, like how far along were you when you went into labor, labor and delivery story. I became obsessed with that, and all of a sudden I realized there's this huge community of women, moms and cleaning channels and all that, and I was like totally mind blown that that existed. And I just became obsessed and started binge watching everybody. So that would have been like 4 or 5 years ago. So I would say like the OG cleaning channels like MAKEOVER and Love Meg were like very inspirational to me. But I love Brianna K. She's always been awesome. We were pregnant with our first together, and then I was pregnant at the same time with Grayson as she was with Presley. So I feel like I loved watching her pregnancy updates. Anna Saccone, like I also watch all of her, like What I Eat in a Days, Emily Norris, like all of the OGs. Probably inspired me to start a channel, but it wasn't really one person. It was kind of the community as a whole. I thought it was so cool that all these women were documenting their lives and getting to see their kids being raised and all of that. So what is your best advice for starting a YouTube channel? So I'm probably not the best person to ask this because I'm still so new at it myself. I've only been doing it not even 3 months yet. It'll be 3 months. So in 2 days, I hit my 3-month anniversary. But so I'm still learning and growing and learning about the algorithm and learning about keyword research and learning, you know, how to make a nice thumbnail and how to edit and all of that. But I will say, like, and I've heard people say this before, and I heard them say it before I started my channel, and I thought, yeah, they're being dramatic. No, they're not. So if you're planning on starting a YouTube channel, just know, whether you're staying at home or working, you're planning on starting a full-time job. Meaning I easily put in 40 hours a week doing my channel, whether that is content research or networking or editing or filming or, you know, just learning watching other people's videos and just doing all of the YouTube things. It takes so much time. And especially when you first start, because like I was really slow at editing. I'm still pretty slow, but I was super slow when I first started because I didn't know what I was doing. I was learning how to film, I was learning lighting. It's like, so it's a lot. So just know and that's okay, but you just know you have to make that commitment and you have to make sacrifices. I've lost pretty much all of my free time to YouTube, and that's totally okay because it's totally worth it. And I love this community. I will say, they didn't ask this, but I'm just gonna throw this in there. I really underestimated the amount of friendships that I would make starting YouTube. So if you're thinking about starting a channel, I highly recommend it because it's just, the community is amazing. Like I'm so thankful for it, and I'm so thankful to each and every one of you that are supporting my channel. Did I always see myself having kids? Did I always see myself staying home? Yes and yes. Ever since I was little, I knew I wanted a big family. I love little kids. I knew I always wanted to be a mom, and staying home is a dream come true for me. I was never very career driven. Even in college, I kind of always knew I wanted to stay home, and that's what I was passionate about. Do you live in your forever home? I could be. I'm not really sure. I could see myself living in this home forever, fixing up a couple of areas still. It needs a little love, but I could totally see myself living in this home forever. It'll just depend on life circumstances. If a job has us move or just life, it may not be our forever home, but we'll see. That'd be cool if it was. Do you have eyelash extensions? I also saw that you mentioned you have your eyebrows microbladed. Can you tell us about that? Yes. So I have eyelash extensions. Thank you for noticing. I get them filled every like 2 to 3 weeks. It is amazing. I love having them. And also my eyebrows, I have them microbladed, which is also amazing. I highly recommend doing both. The lash extensions are a little high maintenance. Thankfully, I just found a new place that is like 5 minutes from my house, so that's really convenient. Having to get them filled every couple weeks, but it's good me time, and I literally fall asleep every time I get a fill, so it's like I get to go drive somewhere and take a nap. It's pretty awesome. But the eyebrows are awesome too if you have really light or barely any eyebrows, because in the morning when I get ready, all I have to do is my skincare routine and throw on some blush, and I'm like good to go. So I highly recommend it. What do you like to do in your free time? I guess I would count YouTube as my free time now, because literally every moment of every day that I have a free minute, I seem to be doing something YouTube related. But beyond that, I love just vegging out and watching Netflix. It's my favorite. Do you have any Netflix shows? That was a good segue. Yes, like I mentioned before, I have a couple of mindless shows that I always just play kind of as my background noise that I love and make me happy. and that is Friends, The Office, and Gilmore Girls. Like, those are my 3 favorite shows of all time, probably. But as far as shows that I've recently binge watched, I just binged Big Little Lies. Amazing. Oh, I guess it's not Netflix, that's HBO, but still, it's a TV show. What If was so good with Renee Zellweger. I'm like obsessed with that now. And what other show did I watch early in the summer? Dead to Me. That was also really good. Did you go on a honeymoon? If so, where? I did. Oh, I loved my honeymoon. It was amazing. We stayed on Maui, so we were in Hawaii for like 10 or 11 days, and it was just amazing. Can't wait to go back. We're planning on taking our kids back next year, so can't wait for that. What is your favorite holiday tradition? By far, decorating my Christmas tree. I love to wait until it gets dark outside and play some Michael Bublé Christmas and bake some cookies, even if it's just the store-bought kind, and make some cocoa and let the kids kind of just have at the tree. And then my favorite part of that tradition is then putting my kids to bed and fixing the tree. So I'm like that perfectionist, but at least I wait until they're done and I let them do their thing, and then I go back in and fix it. But decorating the Christmas tree is definitely my favorite family tradition. What is your dream job? So my dream job is, if I'm answering this from like a fun, I could do anything and not really worry about, you know, the economy or how much money I'm gonna make or whatever, I would definitely be an interior designer. I feel like that one is kind of obvious because I'm so passionate about it. But I honestly am living my dream job right now. Like, I love being a mom. I love staying home with my kids, and hopefully this YouTube thing can turn into something full-time. That would be a dream come true. All right, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A and getting to just get to know me a little better, watch me answer some questions. I hope that it was fun. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments below and give this video a big thumbs up. That lets me know that you guys are enjoying this content, and I'll see you all really soon in the next one. Have a great week. Bye.
Everybody's been saying that you're up to no good.